Nice everyone is. I mean, obviously the basketball is amazing, but the fan support they get, it just is a really awesome time in women's basketball, and you wouldn't want to be anywhere else.
I mean, did you find yourself kind of watching the firestorm that was last season just as a fan?
Oh, of course. They were so fun to watch, and I didn't know where I would end up, but I fell here and I fell in love with it.
Why did you feel like this was the right place for you, where either your game or your personality would translate so well?
I love how fast they play on the court, and they shoot a lot of threes, have a lot of freedom in the offense, and then everyone just works super hard. I think that was super attractive.
Who reached out to you and how did that process go?
Yeah, Coach Blitter reached out right away. Got to talk on the phone with her, and then we set up a Zoom call with my family. And then we flew out right away. It was my only visit. And yeah, it was a pretty easy process, luckily. But yeah, I came here and I was like, well, they have everything I want, so it seems like a good fit.
When Buddha retired then, any second thoughts, or did you start rethinking things at all?
No, not too much. I mean, I heard Coach Day was going to be the new coach, and I got to meet her on my visit, and she was at all the meals and walking around campus with us, so I knew she was a big face of Iowa already, and she was just awesome personality. And when the whole team was staying as well, I'm like, all right, she's got to be pretty good. And I'm so happy I stayed. I wouldn't. Yeah, Buder was awesome, but Coach Day's done an amazing job so far.
A few of your teammates mentioned that as soon as they got to meet you at that first dinner, they're like, oh, we got to have her on the team. Did you sort of feel that coming the other way too, where you're like, this has got to be it?
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, sometimes, like I've been on the other side of it where we had recruits coming to Villanova, and it's a little awkward. Sometimes you don't know what to talk to them about, but I felt like everything was so smooth. I was saying when I was in the portal, I felt like I was speed dating. Like I was like talking to a coach on here, and like you could just tell the difference of if you're gonna click with people or not. And yeah, like I said, I only went on one visit because I knew that these were my people.
When you came here, if I recall, it was the day after the WNBA draft, and so I know that the coaches, except for Abby, they were all out in New York, coming back, and they're blurry-eyed and everything. What was that like, just knowing that they were coming back, just to visit you, but for, after an hour's worth of sleep or something?
Yeah, no, they said they got up at like 4 a.m. I was like, you guys are crazy, but I felt very wanted, and I think that's something you need to have from a program. I didn't want to go somewhere where they just wanted me for a year just cause, but they seemed like they genuinely wanted me and liked me as a person, so it definitely showed a lot that they came out and made sure that I got my visit in.
What was it like with Abby? I know you guys went to visit Kirk Ferentz, and apparently there was nowhere to park and everything. I'm sure that was kind of a whirlwind, especially now even thinking about it, but just to get her through. What was that like, the whole visit?
Yeah, I mean, it was all crazy. I had never been on an official visit because of COVID and stuff, so my unofficial visits were very short. I mean, those were just like walk around campus. This one felt like very put together. I don't even know if it was an official, but I didn't know what was going on. But yeah, meeting Kirk was awesome, and yeah, it was a great visit.
What do you want to accomplish here in Iowa City?
I want to win games. I hate losing, so win a Big Ten championship, make a run in the March Madness. Yeah, I just like to win.
Listen, I think whoever's going to follow up Caitlin Clark and point guard would face, some pressure and some big shoes to fill, I guess. How do you approach that, and do you lean into that type of pressure to perform?
Yeah, I think going off of I just hate to lose. So I already have pressure on myself that I want to be the best I can. I'm not going to be a Caitlin Clark. There's not going to be another Caitlin Clark. She's amazing, and she's done such great things here. But I think she's definitely paved the way to how hard you should work, what expectations there are, and what type of program this is. So I think to keep the high program that it is, and yeah, I think more just pressure internally of, all right, do the best you can, and if you do that, then there's nothing else you can give.
You had to follow up a really good score yourself. I mean, it's like 2 straight years you're trying to do Maddie
Why do I
Seacrest.
keep doing that?
Yeah. It's different, obviously, when you kind of grew up with the Villanova program versus coming here. How did you rely on that, though? I'm going from being on the same team as somebody who was leading the nation in scoring to now trying to replace somebody who's in that position.
Yeah, it's weird. I think it's more of opportunities when things like that change. It opens up opportunities for everyone. Maddie Seacrest, I had no idea what was going to happen junior year. I have no idea what's going to happen this year, but I think we have a lot of really good pieces here with Sid, Kylie, a few returners coming back that have played a lot of minutes. So I'm excited to see how they grow as well.
How excited are you to play in the 3x3 World Cup?
Yeah, that should be exciting. I went to China last year with the 3v3 for the U21 team, so the U23 team should be fun. I get to play with a few competitors in the Big Ten. Hopefully I don't make too good of friends with them, but no, it should be fun.
How would you describe your game? Because people are going to naturally just compare you to Caitlin, and that's going to be unfair to anybody. How would you describe your game? What you do well?
I'm gonna come to play every night. I'm gonna work hard. If my shot's not falling, I'm gonna make the best passes I can, get everyone involved, play defense. You never know what's gonna happen with the ball going in the basket, but I'm gonna try my best, be a good teammate, have the energy.
Seems like I can only speak to what I just saw. Mid-range game is important. Is that something that you work on? Is that something you feel like is an asset for you?
Yeah, that's definitely my favorite. So I guess that's what I'm gonna bring is the mid-range game, but I want to develop my three-pointer for the next level as well. I have it a little bit, but I love the mid-range so much that I need to build on the three-pointer a little bit. But yeah, I would say I love the mid-range.
Do you have an idea of what this team's offensive identity is going to be this year, especially with the skill sets changing as much as they are?
Yeah, I think we're still trying to find the flow, learn to play with each other a little bit, but it's still going to be a motion offense, read and react. You can't scout it too much because it's just based on what the defense does, which is cool. I like that. There's a lot of freedom involved in it, but I think just playing with each other more and more throughout the summer, we've already come a long way from the beginning of the season. I mean, the beginning of the summer, I remember the first time we played pickup together. Me and Sid were running into each other all the time. We had such similar mindsets that we were doing the same thing, but that wasn't working. Now it's been a month and we've already learned to play with each other super well. So I'm excited to see what we look like in November.
At what point during the visit did you meet her parents?
What?
At what point, during your visit, did you meet her?
Oh.